Okay, so this is me making up for the fact that I really have been slacking a lot with videos. A lot of the times I don't make them until really late at night. And I actually just realized that this webcam that I'm using, it's my sister's computer, it has so much less lag than my brother's webcam. So now I'm like super happy. Okay, what I was going to talk about, what I did talk about last night until Tumblr ate my video, until YouTube is the whole Reese Witherspoon debacle that went on for about half an hour on Tumblr, but it really sort of got me thinking. Okay, basically what happened was Reese Witherspoon won an MTV Generational Lifetime Achievement Award from the MTV Movie Awards, which, I don't, MTV giving out a Lifetime Achievement Award doesn't really seem all that, I don't know, but what she said during her speech for apparently no reason. I'm reading it off of Sam's Tumblr right now. Hold on. Girls, I know it's cool to be bad, but it's also possible to make it in Hollywood without a reality show. That, I kind of agree with. I'm not the biggest fan of reality TV, but then again, Kathy Griffin has had a reality TV show, and I adore her. And Scream Queens was brilliant. Okay. When I This is her talking. When I came up in this business, if you made a sex tape, you were embarrassed and hid it under your bed. And if you took naked pictures of yourself on your cell phone, you would hide your face. So for all the girls out there, it's possible to be a good girl. I'm going to try and make it cool. Okay. Yeah, it's fine to disapprove of sex tapes and taking naked pictures of yourself, but I don't really think that we can judge somebody like their good bad quotient based on how they choose to express their sexuality. I mean, it's like many years ago, choosing to express your sexuality in a way that made you a bad girl was showing your ankles. I mean, I don't want to have to refer to Doctor Who for this because it's a show about a time traveler. But in the first season, Rose goes traveling with the Doctor. I forget what the episode's called, but it's like the one where they meet Charles Dickens, and and Rose is talking to this. I think like she's a maid or something. This sweet girl, and she's wearing clothes that we would define as normal. Just sort of like a shirt, somewhat like this one, and then like a jean skirt. And the girl is talking to her, and she says, "Oh, you just like a wild thing." And which back then was kind of true. It was considered wild to do that, and for a while, the thought of women, I don't know, basically misogyny has always been going on in Hollywood. And it's really, and the reaction to certain things has been the same pretty much, but the only difference is what our standards are. So I think that in many years, in a few decades or so, we're going to look back at this and say, well, why does Reese Witherspoon care who makes a sex tape? And why does she care? Why is it any of her fucking business? Last time I checked, if you made a sex tape in Hollywood or if you took naked pictures on your cell phone, you would get a lot of publicity, but you would really be lacking in respect. People don't really respect you. People don't tend to want to hire you. I mean, Vanessa Hudgens had those naked pictures a while ago, and now she kind of doesn't do anything. I don't know when her last movie was. I don't know what her last project was. It might have been the weird thing with like some guy who has weird skin. I'm not sure. Like Alex Pettifer or some. He's irrelevant. But the thing is, yeah, sure, judge somebody on whether or not they're a good or bad person. That's kind of my favorite thing to do. There are plenty of people who I think are just bad people, but I'm not going to judge that based on how they choose to express their sexuality. And if we're going to blame anybody for how they use sexuality, it should be, the assholes that betrayed Vanessa Hudgens' trust by leaking those photos to the media when if you give somebody a naked picture of yourself and you're a celebrity, you're kind of already under a lot of scrutiny regarding your body, especially if you're a woman in Hollywood. If you're a woman in Hollywood and you trust somebody enough to show them your entire body, warts and all, just especially if you're taking it on a fucking cell phone. If you trust somebody enough to let them see that part of you and even to keep a picture of that part of you, and that person just sort of throws it off to the media vultures or whatever the fuck they're called, then that person, I would wager, is a lot worse of a person than the person who took the pictures in the first place. Basically, on the totem pole of morality, it's like, yeah, sure, what if you want to say that it's low? I personally don't think it is, because I find that it's been a trend in society that whenever a woman finds out that she can use sexuality of her own volition, as opposed to being directed to try and fix a car while looking sexy by Michael Bay, then people kind of flip the fuck out. If Michael Bay tells Megan Fox in Transformers, okay, you're going to check out this car, right? But, like, you have to look super hot while doing that. And it's not like that's hard for Megan Fox. But if she does that, then it's fine, because, it was in the script. Michael Bay told her to do it. Whoever was directing told her to do it. But if a woman does something completely on her own, then people get really upset and accuse her of being a whore because, how dare she make a choice regarding sexuality. And I forget what point I was on before I said that. But yeah, so the morality totem pole. Person who chooses to take control of her own sexuality and use it in a way that could be considered by some to be morally sketchy. Person who uses that to not even his own advantage, just for funsies, to leak it to the media and destroy whatever respect that a lot of people had for that person. I mean, it's not like that guy's getting anything out of it. If he's not telling people that he leaked those photos, what the fuck? Nobody fucking cares about him unless they know that he's connected to it. So really, I'm pretty sure that that person is a lot more of a dick than the girl who took naked pictures of herself. And I'm pretty sure that Reese Witherspoon is just kind of perpetuating the belief that the opposite is true, that the person who leaked the photos doesn't exist, that the woman is a whore or a slut, or even that the lady leaked the photos herself, which makes no sense for Vanessa Hudgens because she was still she was 18, able to make her own legal decisions, but she was still a Disney kid, and if Disney found out, they knew that they would get super mad. So I don't see why people think that Vanessa Ann Hudgens leaked her own photos. But anyway, that's what I had to say about Reese Witherspoon. And this took up like 8.5 minutes, so you can see why I put it into a separate video. Muffy, Sam, leave your comments or thoughts in the comments section, because I know that because I think that there's a really good potential for discussion here.